I am unable to be with you right now because I had some business to attend to, but I wanted to leave a video giving the instructions for what it is that you're going to be doing today so that there's no confusion. Yesterday you took your reading common assessment. Many of you did not finish, and you will get an opportunity to work on that, but first you're going to complete your writing common assessment. The writing common assessment is going to have two parts. You'll read a passage and you'll answer questions about grammar, and then you're going to begin filling in a helps chart using the prompt that's given. We've done the helps chart together many times. You know what the H, E, L, P, and S stand for. So it's the exact same thing. You're not going to actually get to the writing portion of it, but you must finish the helps chart, and it is going to be part of your grade, just so you know. So really quickly, I'm going to go through and practice annotating a little bit of the test with you, and then you'll be able to work silently and independently. Once you have completed your writing test, then you may raise your hand. The sub or teacher that's in the room with you will check to ensure that the test has been annotated. That means the questions have been marked on, the passage has been marked on. That your insider chart is done. The insider chart must be complete. Every single column must be completely done. And once those things are done, you can put your answer choices in Aware, and you'll submit it, and it'll be put into the appropriate shelf for your class. When that is done, if you still need to work on your reading test, then you can give the sub your name, and he or she can give you your reading test, and you can complete it then. Once again, all of your answer choices must be put in Aware. And today is the day, guys. You got to finish. It's really, really, really important that you finish because we don't have much time. I cannot allow you to test next week, so it's got to be done within this short time frame that we have. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Your 7th grade reading common assessment and a pencil is what you need to have out right now. So if you do not have those things yet, then please pause the video here, pass those things out, and then resume. If you do have those things, then we can get started. So we have our grade 7 common assessment number 2 for writing. You will read the selection and choose the best answer to each question, then fill in the answer on your answer document. So right away I see that there is an image with a caption. So what should I do with that image and caption? If you answered that I should box it in or in some way annotate it, then you would be correct. Okay, so you want to box in your caption and your image. Is this image an illustration, or is this a photograph of a real person? It is a photograph of a real person. So because it's a photograph, that tells us that we are reading nonfiction. And so off to the side, I'm going to write nonfiction. And then I'm going to just sort of describe what I see. Okay, I see a boy looking at a butterfly with a magnifying glass. So a boy looking at a butterfly with a magnifying glass. And I'll sort of zoom that in. If you don't spell it absolutely perfectly, if you have a hard time saying the word magnifying, that's fine. I just need you to know what it is that you're looking at. And then I see the title. The title is The Bugman Stumbles. You always want to put some circles around your title. What does it mean to stumble? If you stumble down, stumble over, what does that mean? What's happening to you? Well, when you stumble, you trip or fall down. Sometimes when you stumble, it can mean to make a mistake. Okay, so When you stumble, you could be tripping, falling down, or I might say I stumbled, and in the sense that I made a mistake of or something, right? I mean, when you trip, you're making a mistake, so that definitely goes together. So now I'm going to go to my questions. So question 1, it says, in sentence 8, Brian does not think that attitude is the best word to use. Which of the following would be a more effective word to use in this sentence? So it says in sentence 8. So just like what I would do with my reading test, I'm going to go to the front. I'm going to find sentence 8, and I'm going to underline that right here. And I'm going to put a Q1 off to the side of it. Question 2. In sentence 9, Brian does not think that said is the best word to use. Which of the following would be a more effective word to use in this sentence? So again, I'm going to go to sentence 9. This, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Potter said as he held up a hat, contains all the words on your vocabulary list. So I'm going to underline that sentence, and I'm going to put a question 2 next to it. And I'm going to box in the word said, because that's specifically the word that they're talking about. And if I go back to question 1, they were talking about attitude. I'm going to box that word in too, just so I don't forget that that's the word I'm going to pay extra attention to. Remember, your paper looks like my paper, so you should be annotating along with me right now. Before we even move on, before we even look at another question, really quickly, let's put our name up here at the top. So I'm going to put my name up here at the top so that I don't turn in a blank paper, because blank papers do not get graded. So really quickly do that now if you have not done that already. Okay, let's move on. Question number 3. What is the most effective way to combine sentences 42 and 43? So what do you think I need to do now? If you said go to sentences 42 and 43, then you would be correct. So I'm going to go down here, go over here to the back. There's sentence 40. Here we go, 42 and 43. Right here. And I'm going to put question 3 by that. So that would be Q3. Q4. Brian would like to add a sentence to bring his story to a more effective close. Which sentence could he add after sentence 46 to help achieve this goal? So now, am I supposed to be underlining sentence 46, or am I talking about after sentence 46? I'm talking about after, right? So they're talking about an effective closing. So your conclusion, and then we're talking about add after sentence 46. So I'm going to go to sentence 46, but I learned something from it. I guess I can try to do that even if I do sometimes have bugs on the brain. So somewhere in between here, in between 46 and 47, I'm going to put my Q4. They want something to go after my sentence 46 to make for a more effective closing. And then also ask yourself, what should go in an effective conclusion? What things should go in an effective conclusion? Don't say those things out loud, but just think about it in your mind. What would I be looking for if you were writing an essay for me? That's the same thing that they're looking for as well. Okay? So now you're going to do the same things to questions 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're going to want to continue reading and annotating just like what you saw me do with underlining the sentences. So now we have our expository essay prompt. Okay? Remember to annotate your prompt as well. You have your read portion, your think portion, and your write portion. Which one of those is the actual prompt that you are working on? Is it the read, the think, or the write? And make sure that you underline or box in your prompt. So I see right here, it says write an essay explaining the benefits of being punished for doing something wrong. So benefits, are those good or are those bad? Annotate it off to the side. Are benefits good or bad? And you're going to box this in. And don't forget, they're looking for these things. So where it says be sure to, that means each of these things needs to be in the essay for it to be complete. Now, you're not going to complete your whole essay right now. The only thing that you're going to do right now is start your insider chart. So remember, you have your prompt, possible topics, your helps. Now, you know what your helps are. You know what H, E, L, P, and S stand for. And no, you may not use your notes, so hopefully you remember these on your own. And then what is your thesis statement going to be? And remember, what is a thesis statement supposed to be like? How do the thesis and the prompt work together? How do the thesis and the prompt work together? So think about that whenever you're coming up with your thesis statement. All of this must be completed. This is the final portion of your test. This is what I'm going to be looking for to answer, to grade. For your helps chart, I do expect you to have one of each. There must be 5 helps here. So there must be all 5 here. One for the H, for the E, the L, the P, and the S. And just make something up. Okay, if you don't have a real personal experience that can add to this, make something up. If you can't think of a real sports figure, make something up. There just needs to be something that can back up what the prompt is asking you to answer. And then make sure you give me a thesis statement in the form of a complete sentence. This must be a complete sentence. Put 3 exclamation points because that's super, super important. And once you've completed all of those things, you can close up your test, raise your hand. My substitute teacher will come by and pick it up. And then if you still need to work on your reading test, then you can continue to do so. So the reading tests are on the shelf where the work always is. You may not go through those. The teacher will go through those for you. So just make sure that you give the teacher your name. And you can continue working and submit those when you are finished. There should absolutely be no talking whatsoever. The teacher does have a seating chart, detention slips, Band-Aids, and an entire folder of instructions. So if there's anything that you need, the same rules apply whether I'm here or not. Good luck on your tests, and I will see you soon.